Kara, the most dangerous illegal organization in Shinobi history. Kara, which literally means shell or husk, is a secret organization that is the main antagonist in the Boruto series, Naruto Next Generations, is a secret organization that serves as the main antagonist in Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Unlike previous threats, Kara introduces a far more complex and dangerous form of conflict compared to traditional battles between shinobi villages. The organization operates covertly, utilizing hidden facilities and advanced technology. They've managed to build a powerful network of influence, ranging from immense wealth to political access behind the ninja world. Kara also introduces new elements such as the Karma Seal and key characters like Kawaki, who quickly becomes central to Boruto's main storyline. Unlike the Akatsuki, which was driven by ideology or territorial conflict, Kara presents a cosmic and existential threat centered around the Otsutsuki clan and their ambition to consume planetary life energy. With Kara's emergence, the story shifts from internal shinobi world conflicts to battles against forces from beyond the world. This marks a major turning point in the Naruto universe, where the threats now surpass the limits of human power, demanding a completely new approach from its characters. Kara's origins and primary purpose. Kara was essentially founded by Isshiki Otsutsuki, a longtime member of the Otsutsuki clan who lived over 1,000 years ago. Isshiki originally came to Earth with his partner Kaguya Otsutsuki on a mission to plant the God Tree and harvest the fruit of chakra. But due to selfishness and personal ambition, Isshiki was betrayed by Kaguya, who injured him to the point of near death, and that pure Kaguya attacked Isshiki from a point where Isshiki did not realize it, just like what Black Zetsu did to Madara. But anyway, Kaguya's betrayal is not just a past event, but a fundamental catalyst that shapes Ishiki's motivation and Kara's entire existence and purpose. Ishiki's dying condition after being betrayed directly triggered his need to seek a perfect vessel and chakra fruit to restore his power. In other words, this is likely a form of revenge for Kaguya's betrayal, and hence, without this betrayal, there would probably be no such thing as Kara's organization. And which means it shows that the internal conflict among the Otsutsuki is the root of the threat facing the shinobi world for now, and it all started from the Naruto era, which continued in the Boruto era. In his dying state and condition, Isshiki, who is absolutely a parasite, he attacks Jigen, a monk who happens to be nearby, and uses Jigen as a temporary vessel. He used Jigen as a host body, and Isshiki then established Kara as his leader by using Jigen's controlled body. And for your information, guys, the main purpose of the Kara organization formed by Isshiki is none other than to plant a new god tree that will serve or be used to collect chakra fruits. And believe it or not, guys, Isshiki originally intended to sacrifice himself to the 10 tails in order to develop or grow into the god tree, because there was no other Otsutsuki that could be sacrificed after losing Kaguya. And once again, in order to develop or grow the god tree, one of the first steps is to make an Otsutsuki the food of the 10 tails. But because Kaguya had betrayed Isshiki, then all of this did not go as planned. In other words, if this divine tree produced chakra fruit, it was expected to heal Ishiki's wounds and restore his full strength. To achieve this goal, Isshiki began his initial steps by recruiting a group of powerful individuals known as inners, with the promise that their personal desires would be fulfilled once Kara's main goal was achieved. However, the real goal is the cultivation of the God Tree, which will drain the chakra and life on Earth. This implies that Isshiki is manipulating the inners, and most of them may not fully understand the dire consequences of his ultimate goal. This is a common pattern in antagonistic organizations, where leaders hide the full truth from their subordinates to ensure loyalty. And one of the victims of that sweet promise was Amado as Ishiki's accomplice, or Jigen promised Amado the life of his daughter, who had long suffered from a rare disease for which there was not even a single way to bring her back to life. In the end, however, Amado later defected from the Kara organization because he realized that all of this was a fraud and a structural lie. To ensure his survival, Isshiki also began preparing a new, more suitable vessel for his karma. He used several orphans for this experiment, with Kawaki being the only successful and compatible result. In the anime adaptation, Kara took advantage of the largely abandoned Amegakure to conduct these initial experiments in one of their hidden facilities. A significant shift in Kara's organizational goals occurred when Boruto Uzumaki became the vessel of Momoshiki Otsutsuki. Karma's presence and resonance on Boruto and Kawaki unexpectedly accelerated and changed Kara's strategy. Ishiki's deadline to find a new vessel was greatly reduced after Boruto gained Karma. As a result, the Kara organization shifted their plan to sacrifice Boruto to 10 Tails as his healthier and stronger body, as well as his compatibility with karma, would produce a more powerful chakra fruit. And so, at the end of the organization's existence, Isshiki, who passed on the Otsutsuki will to Code as a failed vessel, wanted Code to evolve into an Otsutsuki by consuming the chakra fruit, the first step being to make Boruto the food for the Ten Tails. Organizational structure and hierarchy. Kara is a well-structured organization divided into several levels to maximize their operational efficiency and global reach, with inners at the top overseeing the region and outers as support agents, showing a well-organized command system. Inners as core members. They are the main members of the Kara who make up the elite and powerful members, starting with Jigen or Isshiki Otsutsuki as the leader, Amado Sanzu as Kara's chief scientist, and Delta, Kashinkoji, Boro, Code, Victor, Deepa, and Oga as the inner members. But for Kashinkoji himself, he is more of a private eye of Amado Sanzu, where he created Amado to serve as a private army that will kill Jigen. Aside from the inners, the Kara organization also has outers. One of them is Ao, a former shinobi from the Hidden Mist Kirigakure. He is associated with Bug and Garu as well. And as for Daemon and also Eida, they are actually cyborgs. However, in their case, both Eida and Daemon were discarded by Amado, their creator, who later became a member of Kara after it was reformed by Code following Ishiki's death. Ironically though, Code ends up looking pathetic in front of Eida and Daemon. But anyway, Amado Sanzu, as Kara's chief scientist, was responsible for all the research and modification activities of its members. However, Amado had a hidden agenda. He despised Isshiki and secretly created weapons to take him down. Eventually, Amado defected to Konoha, bringing along extremely valuable and critical information. Oh yeah, the Outers, also known as Outer Members, are individuals who support Kara's ideology from the outside and carry out missions assigned by the Inners. Aside from the Inners and Outers, Kara also has associates like the cyborgs Eida and Daemon, who were created by Amado as living weapons. Eida has Shinjutsu abilities that allow her to charm anyone except Otsutsuki, while Daemon has the power to reflect any attack back to its source. Their overwhelming powers originate from the transplantation of cells from Shibai Otsutsuki, an Otsutsuki god who achieved divinity and left behind his remains on Earth. Maybe basically, Kara is kinda similar to the Akatsuki from Naruto, especially when it comes to having members from all kinds of backgrounds. Both are secret organizations with big goals that threaten the world. But Kara takes it a step further with advanced scientific tech and a stronger focus on the Otsutsuki threat. But what do you guys think? And finally, as the concluding summary, the evolution of Kara's goals and its current status. After Isshiki Otsutsuki's death, control of Kara was handed over to Code, one of the most loyal inner. The dying Isshiki explicitly asked Code to continue Otsutsuki's will or determination by sacrificing Boruto or Kawaki to the Ten Tails and becoming Otsutsuki himself. Under Code's leadership, Kara's goals have evolved from simply helping Isshiki to directly serving Code's personal ambitions. Code's ultimate goal is to fulfill the Otsutsuki clan's belief of consuming all chakra as well as genetic material from other worlds to evolve. He wants to achieve the same thing as Jigen, which is to reach divinity and become unrivaled in power. In addition, Code has a deep personal grudge against those who killed Isshiki Otsutsuki, such as Naruto, Boruto, Sasuke, and especially Kawaki, whom he envies for being chosen as Ishiki's vessel. Although at first, several children were used as experiments, Kawaki was one of the selected few. Still, Code was the only one who survived the karma experiments without becoming a full vessel, receiving the white karma instead. And this means it would grant him tremendous Otsutsuki power if he were to consume a chakra fruit and become an Otsutsuki. Believe it or not, guys, Code is a significant anomaly. The fact that Amado had to place limiters on his power shows that Code was a far greater threat than he initially appeared to be, even to Isshiki himself. Code's white karma is an anomaly that grants him untapped Otsutsuki potential, making him an even greater threat and the true inheritor of Ishiki's ambition. Under Code's leadership, the organization continues to pursue Otsutsuki-related goals through any means necessary. Although ironically, in the end, Code is really pathetic, especially the time skip era. By the way, since this contest only concerns the Kara organization, I didn't go into more detail about Code. So yeah, in other words, the Kara organization was unofficially closed or disbanded after Ishiki's death and Amado's defection in favor of Konoha. If you found any points that don't quite match your own perspective, let's discuss them in the comments. But I'm confident this is legit. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Data bio.